segment, we're going to use some play sets to show you how to teach your child to imitate the movements that you're making with the toys. We'll use a couple of sets, but it doesn't matter if the sets that you have at home look similar to these ones. Just make sure that they have a couple of base areas like buildings or structures on them, and that they have multiple pieces so that you can model the movements with one piece and your child has another piece that's similar to imitate the movements. Don't worry about them being identical. Here I can model a movement with the pig, and then my child can copy me with the hen. They don't need to be the same. If your child is doing great with imitating with objects and you're ready to start with movements, pull back a little bit on the different items that are out, because although we'll practice how to also distinguish between which object we're going to move and where it's going, we want to start by really just focusing on the action. So here I just have one barn and a set of animals, and we're just going to practice moving the animals to the barn in different ways where it doesn't matter which animal we're moving. What matters is how it's getting to the barn. So I would start by having the pig go. Maybe the pig is going to go really fast into the barn, and then I'm going to help my child move the horse really fast into the barn. And then we're going to practice taking the sheep, and he's going to bounce. And now the cow is going to bounce. Just like that. Once your child is reliably imitating the movements that you're making with the animals, then you could add in another element of now where they're going to. You can make this fun by taking some paper and making some little paths on the ground if you want, or you can just find other things that you have around the house to be the grass, or take some blue paper to make the water. And now we're going to practice how the animals are going to each place. So the sheep is going to run into the field, and then your child's going to take the horse and he's going to run too into the field, and then the cow is going to very slowly go into the small barn, and then one of the other animals is going to very slowly go into the small barn too. So just making sure that they're ending up in the same place that you made your animal end up, but the focus is still the movement. So let's say I wanted it to be in the field, and I put the sheep over here, and my child puts the horse over here. That's totally fine. It doesn't have to be in the exact spot, especially if the horse moved there in the same way that the sheep did. Finally, if they're doing really well with the object imitation and the motor imitation, and they're going to the same place, you could also add in, now they have to find the same animal that you took and move it in the same way to the same place. Here I have a set of a chicken, a horse, and a pig, but they don't match identically. So if your child doesn't yet have that non-identical matching skill, make sure that you do have identical items of each one that you're going to be moving, so that it's not one more element that they have to try to figure out. But if they can already do that, if they know that this is a pig and this is a pig and that they're the same, then the items don't need to match. So then I might have the pig wiggle into the big barn, and then my child would look for the same pig and wiggle it into the big barn too. And we would go back and forth, putting the different animals into the same places.